Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do kind of a last minute choice of a video. I'm going to be talking about basically my recommendations to purchase from Sephora. This morning I found out about a very early fall VIB sale. I don't know if it's in addition to the one that usually happens later in the fall or if this is just a newer, earlier time of year to have it. But yeah, there is one going to be happening. I'm going to have the dates down below in the description bar. Yeah, essentially it's going to be a bit for everybody. So you don't have to be Rouge or VIB to get a percentage off your purchases during this time. VIB Rouge is going to be getting 20% off. VIB, which is me, is going to be getting 15% off. And then just regular Beauty Insiders members are still going to get 10% off their purchases. So I think that's great. It's a good time to stock up on some stuff, especially if you're a little hesitant to spend a bit more money on certain beauty care items or makeup. The VIB sales are definitely the time to get these things because you feel a little bit better because you're saving a bit of money. I'm not necessarily going to be taking the route that a lot of people do before VIB sales in terms of recommendations. I'm not necessarily going to be talking about new hyped up items that I'm planning on purchasing because I'm not really planning on purchasing a lot. I may treat myself to one or two things. And I want to pick up one more thing for the 500 subscriber giveaway that I'm currently getting ready to do. This is going to be kind of like my overall favorites from Sephora, things that I recommend to someone who may have never been to Sephora before, or maybe this is your first time being able to finally treat yourself to something from Sephora and you're not really sure what to get. Not all these products are new, not all these products are old. It's kind of a mixture of everything. These are things that I either repurchase time and time again from Sephora, even if they're not on sale. These are things that I will pick up, or some of them are like newer princessy extra items that I think are a really nice treat too. So these are kind of like my overall general recommendations. So I hope you enjoy this video, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started because we got a lot of products to get through. Okay, the lighting just got kind of weird in here. Hopefully it's okay. So I'm gonna start with the non-makeup items. Yes, so I'm gonna start with hair care. There are two different leave-in creams that I purchased from Sephora, and they are both from the brand Bumble and Bumble. So I have one here in a travel size and one here in a full size, so you can see what the size difference is. The travel sizes are 2 fluid ounces and the full size are 5 fluid ounces. So these are what they look like. These are the two that I always have on hand. The one for my non-styling, air-drying, damp hair days is the Bumble and Bumble BB Don't Blow It Fine Hair Styler for fine to medium soft hair. It says great hair days without the heat or hassle. And I find that's the case. It's really good at taming those frizzies and flyaways. So yeah, that's what I use on those days. And when I actually heat style my hair, whether I curl it or straighten it, I use the Bumble and Bumble BB Straight Blow Dry, which looks like this. I will have all the prices and everything either in the description bar, going across the close-up images so you guys can see what they retail for, because a lot of these I don't know off the top of my head what they cost. So I'll have it somewhere in the video for you. And of course, I'll have everything linked in the description down below. So now I'm going to talk about skincare. I'll just grab everything here. In no particular order, a moisturizer that is excellent for combination skin, maybe for dry skin too, but I think it might be a bit too lightweight for dry skin, is the Laneige Special Care Water Sleeping Mask. It claims to be for all skin, but a lot of Korean skincare is labeled for all skin types. But this is like really popular now. It's like a cult favorite, and I can see why. I did go through a smaller tub of it first, fell in love with it, purchased the full size. This one I can tell you is retailing for about $33. At least it was when I bought it. It smells great. It's like a lightweight gel. Oh wow, it is pouring outside. And it's not greasy or thick in any way. It's very lightweight. It seeps into the skin really well. I was using this day and night, so I find it good for both. And it didn't break me out, so that's great. This is an eye cream product that I'm pretty sure I have mentioned before. It's the First Aid Beauty Eye Duty Triple Remedy in Fair Medium. This is a product that instantly brightens, depuffs, and smooths, and it's safe for sensitive skin like all First Aid Beauty products. So this is essentially a under eye cream that's meant to brighten, and it also has that concealer feel to it. Like it has like a peachy, nude color that's a little bit more orange tone, so it's perfect for dark circles, and I really like this. You get 10 milliliters in this tube, and it retails for about $40 Canadian. So compared to other eye creams, it's a little bit cheaper. Not everyone loves it, but if you have mild dark circles like I do, minimal fine lines, not too many lines or anything, I think you would like this too. Then this is another moisturizer that I purchase over and over again. This is the First Aid Beauty Skin Rescue Oil-Free Mattifying Gel. This is perfect for someone with oilier skin who may not need the most mattifying, purifying property to a moisturizer all of the year. So this is perfect for fall and spring for me. So this is why I like to have this on hand. So it is mattifying, but it definitely gives you more of that natural matte, or what is it called? Is that what the finish is called now? Natural matte, when a foundation isn't like straight matte. It gives you kind of that natural matte finish and not like super radiant or anything. And what I like about this is it still hydrates the skin, so I don't feel like my skin is producing more oil throughout the day when I use this. So this is another like tried and true, really popular product that I highly recommend. And then if you've been following my channel for a long time, you'll already know what this product is. The Origins Checks and Balances Frothy Face Wash. I could say that in my sleep now. This is the new packaging. This retails for, I think it's $27.50. I could be wrong. But one of these tubes will usually last me a year and a half because I only need a little pea-sized amount for one application. Even if I'm using it twice a day, I can get a year and a half out of this. So it's really good bang for your buck. Excellent, excellent cleanser. And what's great about this is it's great for multiple skin types. People with dry skin like this, people with oily skin like this. I love that tight, squeaky clean feeling that this gives me because it doesn't feel drying. Like my skin doesn't feel tight after using this, but it still feels like I actually got all that excess oil out of my skin. So I really love this cleanser, and I will probably continue to buy this for years to come. Okay, and this one's kind of the in-between between makeup and skincare, so it's a good segue, I think. This is the mini size bottle of the Caudalie Eau de Beauté, or Beauty Elixir. This is a really popular princess product that I learned about through YouTube. YouTube made me buy this. The 30 mils is the size I currently have. I have it in like the limited edition packaging, but you can get it in 2 or 3 different sizes. This is the travel size, which is fine for me. I don't really need the big size. This is great because it's minty. There's a bit of a rosemary smell in there, which is kind of strong if you're not used to rosemary, but I've gotten used to it. And this is just one of those facial mists that you just kind of spray all over your face. It's supposed to keep your face looking all fresh and pretty, and it's great in hot weather. Like I remember bringing this down south and really finding it helpful, and it's great to have when you're traveling on airplanes as well to give your skin that kind of refresher, because it does claim to add moisture back to the skin, I believe. I think. I could be wrong. I thought I read that somewhere. Anyway, yeah, that will be linked down below like everything else. It's definitely one of those things that you don't really need, but if you want to treat yourself, or maybe just keep an idea in mind for like a stocking stuffer or something, that is a really nice product. And I forgot about one more skincare product that, again, if you've been following me for a while, you probably know what it is if I say face mask. Now this is the mini size. This one retails for $24 Canadian. Full size is crazy AF expensive, okay? This is the Glam Glow Super Mud Clearing Treatment. This is the one in the white packaging, which is very purifying and mattifying. It reduces zits like nothing else I've ever tried. I absolutely love this product, and anytime there's a VIB sale, usually I will pick up some size of this. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure I bought this mini size in the last VIB sale, the spring one. And it's almost gone now, and I kind of need a new one, so that's probably what I'm gonna buy. But this is the mask that I always go back to. I've always tried to find cheaper dupes for this. I haven't found anything that works as well as this. Even though it's expensive, it's effective, it gets the job done. So that's why I spend the money on it. And before we get into the makeup, I do want to talk about the roller balls. Most of the roller balls at Sephora, the perfumes, are $30 Canadian. And I don't know, I really like these. A lot of people think like it's a waste of money, you're paying so much more for it. But for example, my absolute favorite fragrance is the Maison Margiela from Paris. I think that's the brand name. Sorry if I butchered the pronunciation. From the Replica range, Beach Walk is my favorite fragrance ever. Like, look how much of that I've used. Put it right there. Yeah, good job, Liz. Good job. So I've used a lot of this, and this retails for $30. The full-size bottle of this is $110, and when I found this perfume, I could not afford a $110 perfume, and I didn't even know if I was gonna use up that much product. You know, I wanted to make sure I would actually love a fragrance before I buy a full size of it, so that's why I think these $30 roller balls are perfect, because even if, especially if you're younger and you want to kind of experiment with different fragrances, this is a good way to be able to try the more expensive perfumes without having to spend $100 on a perfume. So besides Beach Walk, I also have a Roses de Chloé from Chloe, and I also have the Daisy Oh So Fresh from Marc Jacobs. I don't use this one as much, but I do like it. Those other two are definitely more floral and rosy and fancy. The Beach Walk is more of like an everyday one when I'm out running errands or shopping or something. So yeah, the roller balls I definitely recommend. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into the makeup. So this one I'm gonna go kind of in start to finish in terms of order of putting them on. So we're gonna start with primers. My favorite all-time primer is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer in Light, which is like the one that isn't clearish or cloudy. It's more of like a light white color. I believe they've changed the packaging of this, but it's still the same products on the inside. They just look like they're new products, but the tubing is the exact same. It's just the picture on the front is different. But I've been using this like since high school. I love this product. And speaking of primers, sticking with the black and white aesthetic, apparently, the NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base is my favorite eyelid primer. So good, especially if you have oilier skin or if you're in a hotter climate a lot. Definitely recommend that eye primer. Now we're moving into concealer and foundation. So the concealer I have here is actually a face concealer, not my under eye concealer, because my under eye concealer is the Tarte Shape Tape, and you can't buy that at Sephora, at least not here. I don't know if they have it in the US, but I think it's an Ulta exclusive, besides Tarte.com. So the face concealer I have here is the only one I've really found that actually covers up a zit, like the color. It doesn't, as you can tell, I'm gonna point those out there. But they're like two active zits that I have on my upper lip right here. And that concealer I find really helps cancel out the redness and actually hide the zit a lot better without making it worse. So this is, before I cut myself off again, this is the Makeup Forever Full Cover Extreme Camouflage Cream, and I wear the shade 1. I wear the shade 1. So yeah, that is a really good full coverage concealer. And then I have two foundations here that I want to give a shout out to. I think I started using this in October. This was the YSL All Hours Foundation in the shade B10. I absolutely love this foundation. It smells good, it applies well, it's full coverage, it lasts all day, it doesn't look cakey on my skin, and it covers up the majority of my like acne scarring and active zits. So I absolutely love that foundation. But the newest one that I'm actually wearing today is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Full Coverage Foundation 24-Hour Wear. This is the newest product that I'm going to be showing in this video today, and I picked this up because I absolutely loved the Matte Velvet Plus, and this is essentially Makeup Forever's new version of the Matte Velvet Plus, and it performs very similarly. I kind of want to go more into depth in a foundation video soon, so I'm not going to say too much about this, but it is really good and I'd highly recommend it, especially if you loved Matte Velvet Plus. Moving on to a setting or face powder. This is the only one that I'm using that isn't drugstore. This is the Laura Mercier pressed setting powder in translucent. So a lot of people are familiar with the loose powder version of this, but I find it really just too messy and hard to work with, and it's a little bit too sparkly. So I prefer this version because it's slightly less sparkly and it's perfect for setting my under eyes. What I also like is that it's not easily cracked. Like, I've hit pan on it pretty hard and it hasn't shattered yet, which is great. I also want to recommend one of my usual repeat products. This is the one I run back to Sephora for the most out of anything. And it's my brow pencil, because I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. Two different shades match me. So I'm currently using up a shade Blonde, and my backup here is the shade Taupe. So both of these shades match me, I find. So if you wear blonde or taupe and your store is out of one of the two, just go ahead and buy the other one because they're actually pretty similar. Taupe is slightly darker than blonde, but I really don't find much of a difference. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about contour powders. I have two palettes here that I wanna talk about. My favorite of the two is the older of the two. It's my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. I have the refillable version in the plasticky packaging instead of the cardboard one, just because that's what was in stock when I bought it. But as you can tell, that it's kind of loved, just a little bit. This one, I didn't use it all. This just shattered and fell out. But this contour shade is absolutely perfect for my skin. I love it. And this also works really well as a nice bronzer. I don't really use any of these, mostly these two bottom ones. I'm hoping to eventually just get the refillable pans, because on Sephora's website, you can purchase the refillable pans for these colors. The problem is this one's in stock, this one isn't. So I'm waiting for this one to come back in stock. And then the other one I found is a little bit smaller. It's a bit more travel friendly, but it's also a little bit more affordable. It's the closest in color I've found to the Kat Von D. And this is I think it's new, it's from Smashbox. And it is called the Step by Step Contour Palette. And I think it's just like a one shade palette. So there's a contour, bronzing, and a non-shimmery highlighting or baking shade in there as well. So that one is good too if you need something a little bit smaller or just something a little bit cheaper. For highlighters, all the ones that I've tried from Sephora, I always go back to the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfectors. I have a mini and a full size here. So the mini ones give you 2.4 grams and the full size give you 8 grams. It's gonna be hard for me to open the full size one because it's cracking really bad, but this is the shade Opal. And I bought this one when Champagne Pop was cool. But I always found Champagne Pop too gold toned for my skin. So I bought that one, and I also have the shade Moonstone. So I have Opal and Moonstone, and I love both of these dearly. Moonstone is a little bit more of an everyday, daytime highlight, better for work I find. And Opal is a bit more of like going out highlighter, because this one just really, it's very like bling. You know what I mean? That's my new description for good highlighters apparently. The Becca ones are definitely my favorite of the ones I've tried. Now let's talk about eyeshadow. I've got a couple palettes here. The first ones I'm gonna mention are the Urban Decay palettes. I have the first 3 here. These are really good bang for your buck, guys. Especially if you're younger and you're just trying to kind of start your collection. Maybe you're just getting into makeup and you want to try something that isn't drugstore in terms of eyeshadow. The Urban Decay palettes are great. So I'll go ahead and just flip these open here for you. The first one, the Original Naked, comes in a felt cardboard palette packaging. These are really good, like neutral, everyday shades, and you can also create really nice nighttime looks with that too for going out. Naked 2 is a bit more cool toned versus the original is more warm toned. I like both, but lately I've been reaching for cool tones. So the Naked 2 looks like that. It's in a metal packaging, which is a bit better for travel. And then I also have the Naked 3 here, which is a bit more rose gold pinky tones. So those 3 are solid. I've had the original Naked palette now since grade 11, and I've been done university for like a year. So it's been around a while. It's kicking around pretty well. And then the other palette that I wanted to mention is from Stila Cosmetics. This is the Eyes Are the Window shadow palette in the shade range called Spirit. I got this from a makeup swap recently from Nicole Chantel, and I am in love with this. I've been using this non-stop. I'm wearing it on my eyes today. I will zoom in here so you can see. Focus camera. There you go, honey. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing today, and what's great about this palette is it has the shade Kitten, which is super famous from Stila, and it's a bit less likely to crack in this palette compared to the individual Kitten eyeshadow I have, which is like crumbling to death. So I definitely recommend that palette too, because it's really sturdy, is built really well, so I think it's gonna last a really long time. Mascaras, I don't have one to recommend because I'm that girl who just loves drugstore mascara. I don't have a favorite mascara from high-end brands, but I do have a favorite eyeliner. This is the Lancome Grandiose Liner in the shade Black. Looks like this, and it's the one that has the really cool clicky wand that adjusts to different directions and everything. That is an excellent liquid eyeliner and it's super easy to apply. And I have two different brands of lipstick to share here with you guys. Some of my favorites from Sephora are Bite Beauty, which is Canadian, if you didn't know, and the Urban Decay Vice lipsticks. So these I think are really solid options. If you want something a bit more long lasting, go with the Urban Decay. My favorite shade is Back Talk, which is a really classic mauve-y nude pink. And a slightly darker pink that I have here is from Bite Beauty. These are a bit more moisturizing, so good for winter, but they don't last as long on the lips. This is the shade Sake in the Amuse Bouche lipstick range. So that's what I have there. And of course, this is one of those things I've been using like literally since high school. So this is something I've purchased over and over and over again. This is the Urban Decay De-Slick Setting Spray. Any of the Urban Decay ones are actually really good. They're made by Scandinavia, which is really well known in the setting spray makeup artist community, but the De-Slick is really good for oily skin or summertime when you're going to be sweating. That is everything that I'm going to recommend in this video. Those are like my cult favorites from Sephora. If someone walked up to me and said, look, I've never been into Sephora, what should I get? Those are the things I would probably read out to them. So I hope you guys found this video very helpful. Give it a big thumbs up if you are excited for the sale like I am. I'm doing a giveaway soon, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, so make sure you are subscribed to my channel if you haven't subscribed already, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye!